Hey Gemini, I'm here to get you a message for this lunar cycle just to see what themes are coming in for you. We had the new moon come in just yesterday. For some of you, it's going down today, depending on where you are in the world. But we had the new moon come in Pisces, and this lunar cycle will culminate with the first lunar eclipse of eclipse season, coming up with a full moon in Virgo on the 14th of March. So we're just going to see what themes will be introducing themselves into your life at this time while we're moving through this lunar cycle. And I did get a message coming in for you that you may be dealing with a situation where you only have so much time left with a person. This could be because somebody is sick. Somebody may be dealing with, preparing. I heard their last will and testament. Okay. So some may be dealing with somebody who's maybe in hospice care or has had a real long battle with something. And they know that, time is ticking. Like there's only so much time left. And I feel like you may be in a position where you could be in a sort of place of responsibility where you're meant to kind of handle the affairs. You could be the executor of a will. There could be a monetary component involved with this. I also feel like you're really wanting to cherish every single moment you have with this person because time's ticking. There's only so much time left. You want to just remember all the best times you had with this person and just hold on to every little bit of magic you have left with this person while you still have the time to share it with them. You may be really feeling the march of time. You may also be feeling just how precious time is. There may be some people who feel like you are being a little selfish in this regard. They may feel like you're monopolizing someone's time, or they may feel like they have an important position in this person's life as well, and you're not allowing them to kind of like have this time and space for them to have those last moments with this individual as well. Or it could be a situation where there's infighting within a family or a group because of something that's being left to you, all right? It could be monetarily if this is dealing with dividing up assets. This could also be related to the breakup of a connection, of a relationship. There may be somebody who is trying to prolong like the connection, like hold on to the last remnants of a connection and reliving the good times and maybe still seeing glimmers of that connection there, even as it's falling away. And there may be a little bit of complication with dividing up assets in that regard as well. There may be somebody in this situation who feels like the others maybe lost it. Like, what's wrong with you? Are you having a midlife crisis? Like, who are you? I don't even know who you are right now. You've really gone through some change. I don't know who you are, and I just want to get back to the way things were. For some of you, it's a little bit of both. I got, okay? Whatever this is, it does feel like there's that kind of like finality around it. And there's something about fighting over assets, fighting over who gets, time with this person, or it could be fighting over a timeshare, okay, a tangible piece of property. It could be fighting over a piece of property, a house. This could be because it's being left to someone or it's going to somebody in the dividing up of assets from a legal standpoint, something along these lines here. This is the initial message I got. Yeah, I do feel like there is something that is coming to a close here, but there's just a desire to just hold on to whatever little bit of magic is left in the moments that are available to share with this individual, or to not have it end on a note where there's any animosity. If this is a situation where it's a relationship ending, there's like this desire to remember the good times. Can we remember the times when there was, that magic flowing between us, and where it did feel like so beautiful and so right? Like really wanting to hold on to that, not wanting to move away from a situation with a sense of bitterness. So I do feel like it's a little bittersweet here, regardless of the situation, where there's a lot of desire to maybe make things right too, if there ever was any kind of falling out. And this could even be like on a family level, like I really just want to make sure that this feels right. And you may feel that that's very important too, especially in the case where somebody's been sick and they're coming to the end of their time here, and everybody is getting this card. Look at this. So there's definitely something's going to come up with this full moon that we got in Virgo. It's a big moment when a new vision is hatched. I also feel like whatever this is, okay, it does feel like you are getting some keys in your hand. It's these keys open up a new door for you. They open up a new door to a new life, a new chapter in your life. Could be opening up the door to a new home. So again, look at this energy, this sort of like tropical energy. This could be around a timeshare. There could be a major move here. There could be a Hawaii connection, or some other tropical place. But I'm really picking up Hawaii very strongly for some reason here. I think that there is a sense of longing for whoever is sort of transitioning out of your life, however that's happening, because you do feel a real soul connection with this person. And yet, it's time to shed old skins. It's time to really process something emotionally. It's time to let go. And this person is, heading on to new horizons here. Um, Even if it is, leaving this earthly plane, they're off to their next grand adventure. Love never dies, it merely transforms. The energy transforms, but that doesn't make it any less hard on those being left behind. And whatever this is that's coming through, even if it's not somebody's physical passing, I feel like it carries that level of intensity to it. And there is something about a complicated dynamic here. There could be that sort of like fighting about, well, who gets what? Okay. So if you were living with this person, this could be a little bit difficult. Or there's always the thing when you're going through a divorce, like, well, who gets which friends? It gets to be a little bit much to sort through at times. Yeah. And I do feel like this has been hard. This has been hard for you. It's taken a lot out of you. You're tired of lugging all this stuff behind you, trying to sort of school people, trying to get people to behave more maturely, especially considering the situation. But you're also wanting to see something through. And I think it's because you're really wanting to do things the right way in this situation. And so you may be taking on more than your fair share. And I feel like you're bravely moving forward here, even though you do feel some fear, you feel some anxiety, some apprehension about this. You feel some apprehension around having to go your own way. I mean, we got Virgo energy here coming in with the Hermit. I also feel like this is about you have a certain light of understanding that is trying to lead the way forward for others who just aren't up to snuff. And it's been hard for you, because there's times when you ping pong back and forth between your head and your heart, and you're trying to find the way through, even as you're processing your own grief here, because somebody in this situation's been on the attack, and it's been very problematic. And the whole scenario has been very strange. And also for those of you who are kind of like heading off on your own after being in a committed relationship, if this is the transition you're going through, I also feel like it's a situation where it's like things are so weird in the world right now, and now I'm kind of not part of like a dynamic duo anymore. Now I have to kind of go off on my own. And you may even feel worried about this person sort of going off on their own, even though there's been maybe some problematic situations. I do feel like there's a particular character here that is on the attack in a situation. It's made things a little bit complicated. It has presented sort of like a fork in the road. There's like, I got to choose which way I'm going to go here. I see that because it brings in the Lover's energy. It's your energy, Gemini. The choice is yours. I feel that very strongly. The choice is yours in this situation. It hinges on you. And yet it's a tough choice. It's a tough call. But even amongst this, okay, I do feel like there's special gifts coming through. And I do feel with regard to a particular character in this story, it's important that you see that their wishes are fulfilled in a certain situation. They may have communicated something to you and you're going to uphold that. And for some of you, this could be somebody who's already passed and you know that they had certain desires and you don't want all this like conflict and nonsense to cloud, you know, their happiness of the wishes they had, that their desires of how they wanted certain things executed. Like somebody communicated something to you. Also, something was gifted to you through a certain person, and this needs to be upheld. I feel that. I do feel big change for you, though. It could involve a move, and while there is a little bit of clouding around a certain source of happiness right now, or something may be a little bittersweet. I do have that song, You Are My Sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when the skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Let me do a cut the deck here. Yeah, I mean, you are on the move here. I see that 11:33 on the clock. There's a lot of blessing in the way forward, and I do feel you have a lot of help coming through. I also feel like you got a lot of help coming through spiritually. As some of you do feel really connected to loved ones that have already passed on, and they're helping guide your steps forward here. And I see it, man. You've had to be very brave. You've had to be very strong. You've had to be very fearless in a situation, and it has everything to do perhaps with this property, perhaps with home, perhaps with family, just keeping things really rooted in a situation. But you are going to get your coordinates here and you will be moving forward. I see you traveling light. You're not going to carry a lot of burdens forward with you, and you know where you're going to. You're following your heart in this situation. There may be some people who have opposition with the way you're moving forward, but you know that you are fulfilling somebody's wishes here. You know that you are following the path of heart here. And it's taking you a lot of courage maybe to even really stick to your guns with this and go your own way. But you will see how the road opens for you with that full moon that comes in with that lunar eclipse, okay? You have insight about something that others do not have insight about. 28 energy there, that's 10 energy, that's Wheel of Fortune. You could be dealing with fixed signs in this situation. Fixed signs, Taurus comes in. Taurus is ruled by Venus. We got this 6 energy here, that's Venus as well. So there could be a Taurus that's on the attack in this situation. We got Sagittarian energy, Leo energy, Aquarian energy, also Scorpio in the mix there as well, with that energy coming in around the Wheel of Fortune. So any of these people could be factoring into your situation. The 10th month specifically could be of importance as well. But I feel like you're just trying to maintain your cool here. You're just trying to chill out, even as you have people sort of like, you know, hovering around you, wondering what you're going to do next, or questioning your motives, or you feel kind of like the shade. That's what I got. Like you feel the shade, you feel the cattiness around you. It's in regard to the decisions you're making here with the 27. Again, it brings in the Virgoan energy. It brings in the energy of having to go your own way in a situation that other people don't agree with you, but you know that you're doing the right thing here, okay? And I think you feel confident in that, and you're at ease with it. You're at ease with it. You know you're doing the right thing. So it's respecting the wishes of somebody here. You're right on the mark. Okay. I do feel you'll hit the mark with this. You got what it takes to see this through. Yep. You are following your heart, moving forward here. You're doing the right thing. Okay. So I like this energy. And this could be, you know, you're really trying to do the right thing. And there's other people who are making it complicated for different reasons that have nothing to do with being in the right place of intention. Because I do feel like there's there's something involved here that has something to do with like who gets what. Like, I don't know why it's coming through like that, but it is, and I'm sure that will make sense to you, how it's communicating to you. So let's just get a few more details here for you, Gemini. Yeah, I mean, I think right now it's like it's ramping up. Anxiety is really high at this time, sleepless nights. There's a lot of stress in this situation with the Nine of Spades in the shadow. I thought it's also sort of like just the stress of the unknown, you know, what's it going to be like on the other side of this, because something is coming to an end with the Ten of Spades in the light. I feel like you've known about this, like, you know, this is coming to an end. You've been preparing for it, and you've just been trying to invest yourself in the closure of this in such a way where you can feel good about how you're investing your energy. It's disappointing, but at the same time, you're letting go with compassion. And even though you're afraid, you know, you got what it takes to move through this energy. I do feel like a lot of your fears are going to be soothed in this process in some way. I also feel like the course of action you're taking is going to be seen as being very wise when it all comes out in the wash. It's sort of like people will come around to your way of thinking, Gemini, okay? Yeah, I mean, I think there's been a sense of betrayal here with the Five of Spades in the shadow crossing. Yeah, it's been rough for you, man. It's been really rough. It's almost like people aren't recognizing how much this is affecting you. This ending is really taking its toll on you, and how people are behaving in this situation is making things so much worse because they're not following their heart in this situation. They're being very manipulative and they're being very aggressive in a situation. It's like this is causing too many problems, and this is not the right space to hold around what's happening here. This could have a connection to a water sign energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. This could also be in relation to somebody's ex that's in the mix that is causing complication in this situation. I think you're trying to open up the lines of communication here. I do feel like something will move forward. It's going to take a little time here with the Jack of Diamonds, okay? Because yeah, there's a lot of hidden stuff at work here. And again, I feel like there's some contract here, or there's some like divvying up of assets that has people not acting out of their highest natures in regard to this matter. Okay, cut of the deck, and we're going to call it good here. Yeah, I mean, I think that there's some messages coming in. They're going to be difficult to navigate. You're not going to like what you hear. I think it will stress you out. I see that, all right? You're going to feel like something is just really imbalanced. You may feel like somebody is being very imbalanced in the way they're handling this particular matter. But I do feel like there will be a blockage of that. Okay, there will be blocks put in place in that situation where it moves that interference out of the sphere of influence so that you can move forward the way you need to and in accordance with what you know is the right thing to do in this situation. I do see you moving forward without any problems, okay? And for a lot of you, this could be around a house, a property, tangible assets, something that's been out of alignment. But I feel like whatever this is, it's in your charge, okay? Somebody puts you in charge of this, you're going to do the right thing. It'll all get ironed out. And just know that whatever has been a real problematic influence, they're being sort of like pushed out of the situation so you can do what you need to do during this challenging time. I do feel in the end, though, something does open up for you, and what's rightfully yours remains intact. And there is some wish fulfillment coming through here. And for a lot of you, it's respecting somebody's wishes in regard to the way they wanted things to go down at the close of their life. All right. So for those of you going through that process, I just want to wish you a lot of comfort around that experience. And I hope that you have the support you need moving through a challenge like that, because it's really tough, especially if you're the one who has to navigate this and, you know, you got people kind of behaving badly. And not doing the right thing. All right. So I wish you strength of purpose as you move forward here. Looks like you're doing real good, just maintaining the true intention, and you're following your heart, you're doing the right thing. And all I can tell you about this is there will be rectification, and what is rightfully yours will remain intact. And I also feel like whoever has been acting out of pocket, there's a little humble pie in store. They're really going to see that you did the right thing. They'll see your point of view when it all comes out in the wash. Blessings.